Hello, good morning, good morning. Waiting on Rick. He trying to come on in. There you go. RE Productions. All right, you got music every single week. You gotta leave.
Every time I come in, Trina, that's what happens.
All right, cool bees. And you gotta position your camera so you're
good. I'm good. How's everybody today?
Fine. So tomorrow's the big D day.
The big D day?
Yep.
Yeah.
Birthday.
Birthday.
No, it's a joke between me and you. Birthday.
Yeah, we had a friend of ours. They've been spelling
birthday without a couple characters.
Yeah, without the T. But it's all good. How's everybody doing today?
Oh yeah, look at my shirt. God is dope. These are like really popular.
I like that shirt.
Thank you.
Matter of fact, I see.
I was at a.
Starting to catch on now.
Yeah, everybody's wearing them. I got a.
Well, you know, you got to define what.
Yeah, what it is, because this guy, this older gentleman of a different persuasion, wanted to know what. Oh, I could take that some kind of way. I said, no. What it means is, not the drug, but greatness.
All right.
I'm writing on my lips for you.
All right.
How that look?
Yeah, put them pretty lips up there.
Yeah. I meant to do that beforehand. So anyway, today, glad to be with you.
Today's a slumber day. We're gonna just lay back today.
Yeah, we're gonna relax. We've been working.
Right now, like you see that the weather's changing, everything's changing now. It's starting to get a little bit coolness, which is good. I love this coolness. Where you walk in the morning without getting overly heated, sweating. I know you still gotta, come back and cool down, but it's a lot less stress. And where we live, it's a whole lot of humidity, especially early in the morning, and it's like you gotta more or less relax a little bit. So, how are you doing today? And what's the topic for today, Trina? Because I know you.
Well, we always try to start off with the news, and a couple of things going on in the news that I don't want to deliberate on, but I do want to mention it. We just actually, as we were preparing to getting our little coffee, I don't know who gave me this. Whoever gave me this cup for my birthday or something with the tea on it. You see, it's still got a tag on it. We found it in the cabinet, and it does hot and cold. So we was getting our tea, and we was watching the news before we came on board, and they were talking about a family wedding, 176 people contracted the virus, and I think 7 people died, and none of the people that contracted the virus or perished were at the wedding.
That's crazy.
So
yeah. And then what happened was how the guy said how this when it blew up was like a super cell. For like spreading it. Like what happened was these are people first time responders working in a prison, doing like things of that nature. And no,
not first time responders. That's like the ambulance people. Them people know they know what not to do. That you talking about the people that were working in the jail? That's the security
in the jail. I thinking that they're first time responders, but I don't know like the category, but that's where I was like.
In a nursing home.
Yeah.
Well, no, I just wanted to clear that up because it makes it seem like first time responders are negligent, but they are the most knowledgeable of all of it, and they do protect everything. Yeah, so I assume what that
stuff does slip between the cracks.
It does, but overall, we don't want to send that message, Rick. That let's just leave that alone.
Yeah,
you didn't mean overall response. You didn't mean those people. You meant the people that work in the jail system, correction officers.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Now you only sit right across from me. So if you want to get like a little upset by what I said, I can just let everybody see me come right on over there and
Never that.
help you out a little bit.
Yeah, well, this is your show, so
No. It's our show. It was my show, but I extended it.
Nah, let me tell you. We know that the first time we responders, there's a whole lot of categories that go underneath that umbrella because they're the ones is what make the world tick.
You're certainly right. So let's do first time responders, and we'll see if they list correctional officers in there.
Okay.
And I'm looking it up, and it doesn't say anything about correctional officers. Now they may be first time responders while they're in the jailhouse. So when something happens there, but paramedics are listed, fire people, the police, nothing about.
Stop.
What?
The police. What? When you're in jail, what is like the police? When you say like
they're correctional officers. They don't call them police.
Okay.
They're correctional officers. They're not police officers.
They don't carry guns. They don't do none of that.
Yeah, they do, but they're not. They totally different.
Like policing, one has to do.
No, they're totally different. Okay. But you know what? We got people that follow the show, so let's take a poll. People can let us know. You can call us now if you want, 609. Let me go ahead and put that up there because I love to do these kinds of shows where we disagree and get the audience. Oh yeah, we do disagree.
I'm just like saying.
We disagree. No, you say it's one and the same.
Like the same way when you go in the armed forces, if you don't make a Pacific, there's the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, but they still in armed forces.
Well, let me ask you a question then.
Same category.
Do you consider them to be first responders?
No, because that's in a different category. That's in a different category.
Well, I'm gonna show your name, Rick. I'm gonna
let itself because and I tell you why. They're in the armed forces. Armed forces is not the same thing as the police.
Point exactly. Correctional officers are not the same as the police.
All right. I'm not gonna mess with your military background because I know you got
Hey, should I play our music?
No,
hey.
Many years behind you that you know what's going on.
Everybody out there that's Rick's age and always having these dialogues with their wives, and their wives are always right as usual. He just confirmed it. I can't co-sign that. Yeah, okay. All right. You just did.
Yeah.
That was good. That was real good. All right. So I don't need to say any more because you proved my point.
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead and get back. If you still want to, contact us, bird.rick1956@gmail or bird.trina. Yeah, because I want a poll. I want people to vote.
No poll.
Do you consider correctional officers first responders? Yes or no? Let us know.
I'm gonna get this corner. I'm gonna coin the phrase that somebody else said before. What it is what it is.
You got that right. What it is what it is. And you just made it what it is on national TV.
Right,
I wish, what? I wish we could do a replay.
A replay of what?
What you said.
Oh, okay. No, but they can record it back.
All right, cool beans.
Play it back.
Cool beans. All right, let's. This kind of reminds me we used to do the radio show, and we would be in there. We would definitely be providing some great information on technology, but we'd be in there debating back and forth, and people just loved it. They'd call in the show, and it was live. And this could be live too. We want it to be live. We want people to call us. You could call us on our cell phone, 609-484-9356, which really goes to my cell phone. And, they'll be able to hear you when you call. Oh, shoot. There's a call. Let me go get my phone.
Calling in now. Woo! But anyway, listen, man. We just here messing around.
Keep it going, because I
like the topic here today is we're going to revert back to some replay that we talked about, the circle of concern versus the circle of control. Control or circle of control that you might have, the one that's come into play. Whereas you need to more to get control of both ends. And when I say both ends, I'm talking about like to the degree how people how reactive are people.
Well, let me interrupt you for a minute. You got a caller that's in support of you.
It's in support of me.
Yes, go ahead. You on the air. Thank you for calling.
Yes. Good morning. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, you on the air.
Yeah. What's going
Yes,
on?
stop chopping my baby up.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
relative.
relative.
Yeah, stop chopping my baby up.
No,
All right.
but like she be trying, but like the truth is the light.
Stop chopping my baby up.
Okay. Well, the truth of the matter is, what do you think? Do you think correctional officers are first responders? Yes or no?
No.
Woo. Okay, we got 1 point. No.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling.
All right. Thanks for
Have a
calling.
great day.
You too.
You
Bye
too.
bye.
Thank you. Trina, anybody?
I'm just saying.
What are you just saying?
I didn't want to interrupt you, but go ahead. Go back
What
to
are you
your
saying?
your
No,
subject.
I was just getting into a circle of concern versus the circle of control. Now this is where you come into play. You need to more listen. Listen. You need to listen to this very, very carefully.
I'm all ears. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? Whereas, like right now, I'm trying to tell you right now what is the circle of concern. Circle of concern is what things that you cannot control. Meaning that what like the politics, the news, the economy, politics.
That circle of concern?
Circle of concern, yes. And wars, weapons, like more or less like terroristic threats, we can't control those. But we know about them, and they are in our psyche on each and every day that we walk through life. You know what I mean? Those are circles of concerns that we need to be aware of. But on like on the second end of that, there are a lot of people who walk through life who don't even take that into consideration. They don't even worry about that, right? Which like I don't know if that's good or bad, but like all of like the natural like disasters that goes on within the world, they are just oblivious to the fact. They just roll through life. Things that's happening in the now. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's good or bad, but you got to go on the other side of this, where like things is circle that you can control. And what are things that you can like control? You control your business. You can, like you start your own business. That's key. I know you like that, Trina. What else? Like your attitude, your enthusiasm. Places you want to travel to, where you work, um, what you read, what you buy, where you live. You can control all that. And like if you control that circle and stay in that circle, you will live like a happy life. But at one time or another, they do come together. I mean,
that's good, right?
You know what I mean? Because you're thinking all the time. You're constantly thinking. Believe it or not, what do they say? You go through, you make at least 2,600 like decisions on day-to-day basis. Meaning that like you are constantly thinking, do I cross the street? Is the car coming? Or do I go left or right? These are like little things, but if you add it up on like a day-to-day basis, you make 2,600 like decisions by the end of the day. You go to work, you come back, you might make more. Like especially if like you like a boss, you know what I mean, you making decisions for other people. You know what I mean? So like what we have to do, we have to, and like I say all this, like the circle of control and the circle of like concern, is like it all boils down to your health. And when I say your health, these are things that play like a part on your psyche, your wellness. And like you can't absorb all this in one time and try to analyze it. If you're not, you'll be up 24/7. You have to they have to create another day, 8 days a week. You know what I mean? But like anyway, I have my notes here. I don't know where they are. But like yeah. But like, getting back to like the circle of concern and circle of wellness. There's a certain thing that you have to do. There's like 6 components. We go through this. This is like part of that circle. The environmental, emotional, financial, social, spiritual, and that should have been further spiritual, occupational, physical, and intellectual. You have to you go through all of those on like day-to-day basis. I got this from a book that was published in 2006, and it was called The Wellness Approach. This is by the Psychiatric Rehabilitation Journal on pages 311 and 314. And I pulled that out because like we all need to be like aware of this. And I want to go through each one of them so you can actually see. And if you're taking any notes, here they go as follows. Emotional, developing skills and strategies to cope with stress. Now that's the key factor right there. Like a light bulb should have came on. This is all the circle of control and the circle of concern is about stress. And we are in a state of mind where we're all stressed out, totally stressed out. With all the stuff that goes on, like I had said, the 2,600 like decisions that you make a day, you may make more than that. But it's all how you cope with it and how you deal with it. You know, like right now, the people right now with like a roof over their head, financial. You're are you satisfied in your current or future financial situation? Are you are you going to that goal? That's another caveat right there. You know, you got to worry about. Okay, let's just go down to one of the social. Developing a sense of connection and well developed support system. That means people around you. A lot of people carry like dead weight. You know them. They're calling you right now. Yeah, they calling you right now. Yo, man, give me a couple dollars. You know, I heard you won the lottery or like whatever the case may be. Well, like you can't go with that. You got to get rid of that. That's that social piece. You got to learn how to cut them off, and that's talking about family and friends. Okay, let's move on to spiritual, searching for the meaning and the purpose in a human experience. Everybody, sometime or another, want to find some type of peace. Have you found it yet? I found a portion of it, and I'm quite sure you have too. But to have total peace and total serenity, where it's like everything is just perfect, and in an imperfect world, it'll never happen. But you can still strive for that, and that's what we all should be striving for right now. Okay, let's like turn it down now to occupational, personal satisfaction and enrichment, like derives from one's work. If you're satisfied in what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, meaning that you have a job that you really like, that's what it really boils down to. If you have a job that you really like, then like you found the occupational blitz that everybody is looking for. I mean, rather be helping people, giving, you know, I guess as you say that you're receiving, you're another end of that. But like making other people feel happy with like what you have. That's a good sign of a good person. And we can get into that. That can be another care. But um, when like you care for someone, that means that you have part of that solution already done, and and you have to find that I guess connective tissue so like to bind it together so that you can feel good and everybody else around you can feel good. Let's go into more or less physical. Recognizes the need for a physical activity, diet, sleep, nutrition. Without you feeling good, how can you make others feel good? And that's what life is all about. If you really look at it, you know, making other people feel good. This came from the doctor yesterday. Not like really bad news, but they said like my numbers was off a little bit. So so that made me get on point. Whereas I know what I got to do now, right? And I got to get my numbers down. You know what I mean? And that's how this is working with me. So that's why I think this was an ideal more this topic today, Trina.
Mm-hmm.
That you picked it out. Like the physical aspect of it. Because in order for you to help somebody else, you got to be right. You got to be 100. You got to be 100%.
And so today I made this. Well, Rick, you did. Tell them about that. You got your results yesterday in the morning, and you did the research in the afternoon. Tell them about that guy with the pill. And no, it wasn't a pill. It was actually
No, this is herbs.
Herbs. Yeah. Tell them about that, and then I'll tell them what I made today for us.
Like horticultural. He was saying like if you do the research and like he really his name was Doctor Jamo Jham, Dr. Mai. He was from more or less like Trinidad, and that's where he was from. And like he had he has a herbal store in Philadelphia. It's called Ambrosia, and you can look it up on the web. Ambrosia. He's in Philly, and what he does, he goes all over the world, all over the United States, and gives seminars and like of like natural health. Whereas like the doctors won't tell you, they will give you a pill to like more or less resolve what you think that you have, but you end up having more because normally they're going to give you some kind of pill that will stimulate something else in your body that will mess up. Well, like anyway, he gave me antioxidants. That raspberry is an antioxidant, and what that does, it takes all of your antioxidants and flushes them out. Raspberries, blueberries, they do the same thing. They flush you out naturally. But I just wrote down the list, and I wish that I hadn't got to on his website because as you know, what they do, like what's the word I'm trying to get at? When you look up something and then Trina, they put you on this hamster wheel and everything else.
Oh, the algorithm.
Yeah, right, algorithm. They put you on this algorithm, and this guy came up, and this is
so when you search anything and you go back to your anywhere else you're going on the internet, you'll see that those searches that you had originally searched, they all start. You get these pop-ups,
right?
And that's the algorithm because they're reading your. That's another show. We watched that show where they, how they're
and like what an algorithm is, it's a
tracers
profile of what you do, and like they track you. But I want to get back on track. Like before I go, through this whole list, I still got a couple more of my environmental things of wellness. Environmental mean like good health, occupying pleasant, stimulating environments, and like for like supporting well-being. So you need all that around you in order for you to feel good. Intellectual, let's go with that. Recognizing and creating abilities to find a way to expand your knowledge and skill. I found myself since I'm retired, and Trina has too. I've been reading books. Matter of fact, I might have to build me a library shelf because I got so many books around here that I just pick up and read. And like by my bed, I got a couple of them there. Doing the EI Intelligence 2, like 2.0. But we're gonna get into that too. So I'll be able to bring that to you. But what I'm saying as a whole, everybody has their own bandwidth, and you have to come aligned with your soul. Being whole from within is where you need to more or less go with this. And I want everybody to more or less just You may not can do it now, but just think about it. Just lay back and I look at it. How is your wellness? Because a lot of people say, "Hey, how you doing? How am I doing?" Those three words, those are powerful words, and you need to put that towards yourself. How are you doing? Am I doing well? Did I do my checklist? Did I do my financial, social, spiritual, physical, environmental, emotional checklist today? This is how you gotta go. But what I wanted to do, and I'm not trying to beat you in the head, I just wanted you to just be aware. All right, Trina, I'm gonna want to turn it back over to you.
All right, so I made our own drink. We looked at the ingredients. What were the ingredients from his list, Rick? And it was $6 for a container that he was selling, and he included what in there?
Cinnamon, dandelion, fennel, Oregon grape, and as I said, the oxidant.
Was there any words you couldn't pronounce?
No. GTF chromium and zinc.
Oh, okay.
Those were the ingredients that I got out there, and when I came on, and I was so intrigued, I started writing it down, and he was at the end, but he was really very interesting, and like he just caught my eye, and I meant to get more. But like when you're up 11 o'clock at night, you don't have everything in order like you need to scratch things. But at any rate, it was a very good piece, and like I liked it. I liked it very much. So Trina, what do you have?
So what I made was I took a banana and I cut up an orange, not the peel. I cut the sliced up a orange and pulled the orange part out of it. Some people use the peel. I had to look up and see what I just
said. Peel is too bitter though.
Yeah, exactly.
All the nutrients in there anyway.
Yeah, I didn't want to put I probably should have put at least one piece in there. But I also put cayenne pepper, black pepper, a big chunk of fresh garlic, a big chunk of fresh ginger, big chunk of fresh ginger, and some alkaline water. And I put that in my Ninja, and it just purified it, or made it into a complete smooth liquid. And and our turmeric, and it had like a of course the turmeric took over in terms of the color, so it was really really bright orange. And we drank it, and I could feel it going down. You could feel it going down, like you could feel it like working. And
I think that was a red pepper, huh?
Yeah, it was a red pepper, cayenne pepper. And so it actually, I felt good after I drank it. It kind of was like a boost in terms of, energy boost. And, it kind of, I was feeling a little sluggish, and it kind of, got me back in step. So I think, you got to know what your body is. You got to learn your body and know what is needed to, activate certain things in your body that give you that energy and give you self-satisfaction and eliminate stress and, all those different things. Like my mom, she has a problem with arthritis. We all do at this age. She's 81. I'm 63. Rick's 63 for the last day today. Tomorrow he turns 64. So he old. You just old. Happy birthday to you, my baby doll.
Well, thank you.
I'm going to talk. Oh yeah, when we come back on next week, I'm going to talk about some of the things that what your birthday gift was, and it's going to be interesting. So you can show them how to use what you did for item number 1, which you don't know what it is, and how to use item number 2, which you don't know what it is.
Oh, so 2-part gift.
It's 2 things, yeah.
Okay.
2 things, and then I always like to, make a big dinner. So tomorrow we're gonna we're gonna go over to Whole.
Don't tell me. No,
I'm not. We're gonna go over to Whole Foods and pick out. You're gonna pick out what you want, and me and Lamar Rico gonna make it for you. So it's gonna be a nice day.
Cool.
My birthday was 18 days ago, and that's what they did for me. Well, actually, I didn't go with them to Whole Foods. They came back with these gigantic crab legs, which is what I asked for. And these wonderful crab cakes that Whole Foods make. I can just taste it right now. Oh, it was so good. But anyway, and then I got my bicycle and I got my laptop and something else you got me. What was it? Bicycle, laptop, a couple of sweatshirts to go jogging in. Something else. Anyway, I had a wonderful day. And so I'm going to make sure that Ricky gets the same wonderful day.
Yeah, make sure I get the same thing. Yeah. So I think we passed our half an hour mark. Do we take a break, play the music?
Oh no, wait a minute. I want to somebody just texted and wanted to know, is your birthday today or tomorrow? His birthday's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, right.
So
what I'm going to do, and I can tell you what I like, just so you know. I like money, not like no canned goods. All right, no canned goods at all.
I'm not giving you no money or no canned goods. All right, so let's go with our second half of the show, which is the business and career tips. And I wanted to make one point when we got off. We kind of went into the area that we wanted to go into to talk about health and the things that you have to do to make sure you're healthy. Because Rick's numbers did come back a little higher. They were higher than they were in 2017, which, because we've been walking 3 miles a day, I think his numbers would probably have been even higher. But because we have that daily workout regimen, I think that actually helped a lot. So definitely add the exercise to your regimen. And I'll tell you, I am not an exercise person.
Good point.
Never have, never will be. But I can walk, and I do walk, and I love walking, and it exposes you to the outdoors. It we don't really wear a mask. We carry it, but we're the only ones out there. So we if somebody comes by or gets is in walking distance, they acknowledge the 6 feet, and they're on the one side, we're on the other side, and everybody, you can see them when they're jogging or whatever. They carry their mask, but nobody stops to talk to anybody. They just wave and keep on going. It's just the best kind of exercise you can get, and not have to worry about the pandemic, not have to worry about anything, and being outdoors, where they recommend, if you're going to go out, to visit outdoor locations. And so we're just walking, and we walk 3 miles, and it's in our neighborhood, and we walk a mile and a half to the destination, and then we turn around and come back, and that's how we get our 3 miles in. And at one point we were doing 5 miles a day, but it was actually working good because we got a good night's sleep. But then we started getting busy with a couple of classes that we're taking that kind of interfered with it, and the routine got broken up, and then we just kind of slacked off. Well, we definitely do the morning walk every single day, 7 days a week. We'll take one day off, and sometimes we'll take a Sunday off. We don't really take the same day off every week. We kind of rotate it. So if one day we're feeling like a little sluggish, we'll just pick that day to be our day off. But we definitely try to keep 7 days a week walking. And I tell you, it's the most easiest thing to do. You don't have to prepare. You don't have to do anything. You just got to get up and do it. And I love that part. There's no, mind stuff going on. I'm just walking and we talk. We were having one of our I don't call them disagreements, because we challenge each other. We have always been that way in the 40-something years we've been married. So one day, I forgot what the topic was we was talking about, and we disagree with one another. So we walking through this little cul-de-sac, and we're going back and forth or whatever. It's quiet. Nobody's out there. We're not screaming and yelling at anybody. But this older guy was getting in his car, and we were going back and forth. And you got to be careful, because people don't know you. Rick and I have we disagree on a lot of things, especially, politics and all kinds of stuff that are in the news. And so you got to be careful when you're out there walking, because people don't know you. So the guy goes by, when he pulls out his car, he's like, shh, no arguing, no arguing. And I thought that was so funny. We just started laughing, and we went right back to our conversation. But that was the closest we had with anybody, really. And then we got people that we see going back, like this one lady. She's on a walker out there every day with her walker, and she switches up with her cane. So it's a.
It looks like she's getting ready for the Olympics.
Yeah, she's serious.
Because like when she first came out, she was moving really slow, and now she can, I guess, walk away from that walker now. But I think she used that as like a crutch or a brace. But that's good as long as she's out there.
She's out there, and her granddaughter's with her. And we got the idea from my mom, who's 81 years old. She's doing like 5,000-6,000 steps a day. She doesn't count them as miles. She counts them. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? If she can get out there and do it, and this started in May, so we've been walking since May, June, July, August, September. So for 4 months, Rick lost 25 pounds. I only lost 10. So I'm not even gonna go there because that makes me really extremely upset. But I'm still gonna keep doing it. I'm still gonna stay with it. But I wanted to point out, we keep getting off subject. You gotta, a lot of folks think it's a hoax with this pandemic, this COVID-19. A lot of folks think that, you really can't catch it, and it's whatever. I would rather be safe than sorry on any given virus, especially one that is being played around with our federal government. One person is saying this, you got the leader in charge who's saying that, and then you got all these fools in between. And so to me, that tells me that there's chaos at the top. That doesn't mean I have to have chaos down on my level. And so I'm wearing my mask. I don't even understand why people don't wear gloves. I'm not touching anything somebody else touched. I'm just not touching it. And I don't have any kind of what do they call it? Not phobic, whatever that thing is where you don't like, you gotta wash your hands all the time. I don't have that, but what I do have is in my mind that if I have a cold and or the virus and I, go like this to cover my mouth, even if I have the mask on, a little bit of particles is going to get on my hand, and then I'm going to touch a door, or I'm going to touch a shopping cart, or I'm going to touch, window, car door, whatever. So when we leave our car, we put on two things: our mask and our gloves. Inside the car, I've got a box of 1,000 disposable gloves, and I keep a box of 50 masks that you can get right off of Amazon, $9.99. I think I got them for $5.99 for 50, and we got a box of them in the cars, so that we're always prepared. If you come out the house and you forget about it, you still got it. You just got to be careful, because if you can have a wedding of 150 people, and those 150 people go back into the community and infect 176 people, and 7 of them die, what does that tell you? I don't think that it could be a hoax, that they could put so much together in so many different days for such a long period of time, and it just it'd be fake news, and some people believe that. And it's just it's
yeah, I can't want to fathom that either. Whereas like you see, and it goes with politics against science. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah, yep,
but,
definitely.
If that be the case, sure, it can be that. But like you got to be logical with it, because like, in fact, they were saying at one time. Excuse me. Now why are you passing?
Because that was the subject I forgot to get to. Go ahead, go back to thought.
Why you maybe give my train of thought. Oh yeah, a lot of people doing like politics and science, but like by like the same token, you got to be more or less conscientious and realistic with yourself. That means that you're listening to somebody else to dictate what's in your world. You know what I mean? Oh, you don't have to wear a mask. And we're not. Listen, if it protects me and my family, I'm doing it all. I'm all the way in. I'm there, because like the mere fact, I want to protect my circle, and everybody has their circle, no matter how big, no matter how small, and like you have to protect yourself. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, we all should stop, drop, and pray, because like he's the man with the final decision, and you gotta more or less take consideration for that also.
Exactly.
All the
So I gave you the. I'm gonna get into our business and career tips right now. Yeah, I just gave you the handout because you know, just so you can refer to it. And anybody that wants it, we also have a little workbook that I kind of just put together real quick, and it's for Rick's subject, which was control versus
concern versus control.
Yeah, versus concern. So you know, if you want that, you can easily give us a call, 609-484-9356, and we will get it right out to you. And so I wanted to go ahead and go with our subject for today, which was phone interview tips. And I want to talk a little bit about this because it is a big deal today. In fact, I use that for one of my clients. I actually will get the interview. Well, we get the resume or the application, and before I even make the recommendation for doing the actual virtual interview these days, I will do a phone interview, and it's usually spontaneous. And I want to just give you a couple of tips because a lot of companies are using this method prior to you actually doing the virtual interview. And some of these tips can also be applied to the virtual interview as well. So the first thing is you want to get ready for the call. And you're going to know when the call is. They'll usually send you an invite and give you the date and the time, the number that they're going to call you on, some kind of instructions. So make sure you read those instructions thoroughly and you're prepared. Have your resume in front of you. Make sure you definitely got the detail of the time correctly, but make sure that you are also prepared in what you're going to say so that, if for some reason, you just go like blank, you can pick up that document that you prepared and go ahead and read it and stay on focus. Also, make sure that there's a way to for a backup. Let's say you got an internet phone. Make sure that everything's in place for that call so that the call doesn't drop. You don't have a lot of background noise, no interruptions, no trouble at all that's going to interfere and make them think that you were unprepared, because things do happen, and things do happen out of your control. But if there's starting to be some type of trouble where they can't hear you, especially with these iPhones, make sure you have your backup landline where you can say, you know what, I've got a backup plan in case this happens. I will call you back at the number. Just have some kind of backup plan in place. Now, in terms of the phone interview tips, I already said, make sure, it's a quiet, comfortable, private space so that there's no kids. I can't tell you how many workshops we've been on where the kids are in the background, the dog is barking. That's the number one thing. The dog is barking. It is so unprofessional to have that kind of noise going on when you're attending an event or participating in an event such as a phone interview. Just, go into a closet if you have to, lock the door, and, definitely don't have the phone call on speaker. Use your earplugs, because then, or use a mic. I always do my workshops, except for when we do this with Rick, because we need to hear each other. But I always have a set of, and Rick's got them too. You want to show them yours, Rick? A set of earphones that have the mic on there. All right. And you don't have to buy any. Well, Rick's got the expensive ones. No, I don't. Yes, you do. You're a Logitech. Mine is the cheap ones. But I like these because they're lightweight. Rick's are a little heavy. But it's got the little mic on. It works just fine. So, do something like that so that takes down the noise of out, in the area that you're in, because, it's pretty much going through that mic. But it still can be picked up. Still can be picked up.
Just like when I came on and like I had on my mic, I had to turn my mic off because of the close proximity that we have, that we're going through. Mm-hmm. And you will tend to get a feedback also.
Create yourself a checklist and review the job posting and make a list of all the qualifications that they're asking for you to have for the criteria for the job. So make a list of what you have, those skills and education credentials that you have, in comparison to what they're asking for, so that you can elaborate on it and make little notes behind each bullet, so that as you are speaking about, because the first question they're going to ask, why would I want to hire you? What are your best attributes? All that. So have those things ready so that you can just click them off in your mind, or as you're talking to them, you can just check it off as you're doing it. Because remember, you're on a phone interview first. Now, when you get to that virtual interview, then you got to worry about all kinds of things, body language, your eyes, getting big, and your expressions and all that kind of stuff. But with a phone interview, that's your practice. A lot of companies want to talk to you before they set up the live virtual interview, because it costs a little bit more than just making a phone call. But that is a really good beginning realm for you to really assess yourself, see where you're making mistakes when you actually speak, and of course be better prepared when you do the virtual one. Keep your resume right in front of you, so you can refer to it. Have note paper and a pen so you can write down anything they say. You can't really record their call, but you're not supposed to, but depending on that's a personal decision you have to make. Because if you do record the call, you have to let them know. But if you're not using it for any other negative reason other than to practice, to have more detail on the notes and what was said and what you said, and just hear how you articulated yourself and all that, I don't see a problem with that. I really don't. And I think it's a good idea, because then you can critique yourself and you can improve by the time you get to the next possible phone interview, or you go to the next level with that company and they're asking you to do a virtual interview. Make sure you turn off your call waiting, or don't have any interruptions where your phone is beeping because someone's calling you. Put on your do not disturb so that nobody can call you and interrupt you. And if there's any landline phones in the room, put them on mute as well, so that the phone's not ringing in the back. No distractions, none whatsoever. And also make sure that it's a convenient time for you to take the call, because sometimes the employer will ask you or give you 3 different dates and times. So make sure that you pick the right time and date that is going to be most conducive to the environment that you're going to be in. And again, like I said, have your landline ready just in case. Now, some of the do's and don'ts during the phone interview: do use the person's name and title. Don't smoke or chew gum or drink anything because you're going to have to swallow, and it might be at the right time when they're asking you a question, and then there's a pause. But do keep a glass of water handy in case you get dry, your throat gets dry, because sometimes these phone interviews can be 15, 20 minutes. You don't know. But, you might get that tickle in your throat, so therefore you need to make sure that, you got a little bit of water there. I always keep something so I can, keep my throat, because I do a lot of talking on all my things. Even though they can't see you, keep a smile on your face. That's practice for when you get to the virtual, and it's, you want your body language to match what you're saying. Right. So that smile on your face, even though they can't see you, don't be doing all this, even though on the phone they can't see you, sit there as if you were sitting in front of the person and you had that eye contact with them. So focus, listen, and make sure you pronounce your words clearly that people can understand, and don't talk really, really fast. If you're a fast talker, slow your pace down. Do practice. Make sure you do listen to what they're asking you so that you don't get it confused or twisted, and you don't, mess up the question. Make sure that the answer is very clarifying, so that the person that's listening to that answer clearly understands what it is that you're trying to articulate and what you're trying to say. Don't interrupt the interviewer. Sometimes with the phones, there's a delay. And so just wait till you get that silence, not too long, like a couple seconds. As soon as they stop talking, then you talk. So be mindful of the connection. Be mindful of the delay. Be mindful of how you're being perceived opposed to how you're perceiving that person. Do give short answers, but make sure they're they're in detail. So don't elaborate 2 paragraphs that you can say in 2 sentences, and make sure that those sentences are in detail and they are quality sentences as to your answers to questions. And do remember that your goal is to set up that face-to-face interview virtually, or it could be in person, but that's your objective of that phone interview, is that is to get to the next level so that they can see you and you can have more. They're not really, they have mostly specific questions for that interview, phone interview. And then when you get to the face-to-face, which is virtual or in person, then you can, you got a chance to actually present yourself in a different format. And so you'll get the chance to say all of what you need to say in that, or elaborate further, but say what you need to say in the interview to get the phone interview, to get the next level interview. And make sure you use good phone interview etiquette. Answer the phone yourself. Don't have someone else answer the phone and then go get you. You know the call's coming. You know what time it's coming. Don't have somebody else answer the phone, or have your kids playing with the phone and you miss the call. And make sure that anything that the interviewer says, you kind of jot it down. Make sure you write the notes. So if they're giving you any instructions on things that they want you to do, you don't have to remember that call, what they said in the call, because you wrote your notes. Take good notes. And then once you're done with the interview, go ahead and follow up with that interview, and do that with an email, or I wouldn't say text, just the email. Make sure you get their contact information. So important. Get their contact information, which will probably be in whatever correspondence they sent you, but make sure you got the right information, because you may not have communicated with them through email. It could have just been a phone call. So make sure you got their email so that you can do a follow-up and a thank you for them doing the phone interview with you. Okay. And there you have it.
All right. I see that you, and like closing the gap, closing the skill gap, and you gave them a lot of over-the-shoulder coaching on how to more or less get the job, which is a good piece. And like you went through some more or less really, really critical tasks that they need to know. As far as like the environment, the background, the environment they need to have in order to focus. And because a lot of times, like you mentioned, the two-way communication, a lot of times you might be in front of a team, and like they be asking questions. So this is a whole new paradigm that one has to master now in order to get what you need to get done. Especially re-imaging yourself for that new job. You gotta
exactly.
Really, more or less get yourself together.
All right, I want to, Rick, I'm going to interrupt you, but
don't interrupt me.
I didn't interrupt you when you did your half-hour presentation, which actually led into mine. So hey, make your little quick comment and then keep it moving. All right, because I got two things. My job is to. No, I had two things. I did the interview tips. I got one more thing to do, and that's the statement of work. And I found this great. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I found this great template inside the newest version of Microsoft Word. And I had to work with a client to do a statement of work, and we were looking for samples and trying to develop something that was very professional. And I found this, and I wanted to share it with everybody. But statement of work is typically a request that a company may ask for if you're bidding, going out to bid for a contract, or you might even just be considered for a contract without having to bid for it. And so I wanted to go over real quickly. I only got about 6 minutes. No, I got 5 minutes. Yeah, 6 minutes to talk about it. And I did help my son a few years ago put together for his company. And so this one is, I definitely don't mind sharing it. It was free to me, and it's going to be free to you if you need it. But I wanted to go over some of the categories that were included in the statement of work. Obviously, it's going to have your logo on there. But the main bullets that need to be in your statement of work document, as I said, is for, obtaining business contracts. And this is for business purposes only. You're obviously going to do your scope of work, the deliverable materials, your responsibilities as the contractor, your client's responsibilities, the fee schedule, and any out-of-pocket expenses, how you're going to invoice those procedures. You're going to detail in that statement of work. And then Document any assumptions that people may have and list those anecdotes for those assumptions. And then your project change control procedure. And then on the back, it has where, of course, the client signs and the company signs. And then I would add an addendum page for anything that may, that could be under your change control procedure, where any addendums have to be specifically detailed as to how they are approved. They must be approved, how they're submitted, the work that's tied to that addendum, what the criteria for that is in delivering it, or if it's a modification to an existing documented item in your statement of work, how you address those kinds of things. So great tool. I thought it was really good. I put it in my arsenal of resources for my clients that I work with. And many of you know me for doing my, the school, T-Bird Computer Training Center. And I just want to shout out that we are still doing the training. We are starting our Microsoft Office Professional and QuickBooks class October. I think it's exactly a month from now. It is October 19th. And I can't tell you how we've upgraded this. We already had social media included into our curriculum with, the integration of the Google Suite products. Obviously we've been, we actually were using freeconferencecall.com, which is really, really a cool program. And then when everything just blew up with the pandemic, they kind of lost a little bit of,
they did.
Yeah, of their connection just got weak, and it was starting to give me problems. So we went ahead and bought the Zoom package because it's, was everybody's using it, everybody's familiar with using it. So we're doing the Zoom, and it had the same features as the free conference call, which was totally free. Matter of fact, I gotta stop that subscription because I was paying for extra storage space, which I don't need anymore because I'm actually not using it. But we were already showing people how to actually integrate that into the curriculum, because like your final presentation for the class, you had to do your own Zoom meeting or your own, your free conference call presentation. So we got a lot of different other software programs included in there that we teach you how to use that are relevant in today's virtual world in terms of office administration. We were already doing it back in 2017, 18. So we got a couple of years of experience, whereas everybody's trying to jump on board now and get all this stuff in place, and they're all new to it. We've been doing it for 2-3 years. So we just added a couple of extra things with all these new programs popping up. So it's going to be a great training program. It's free to those who qualify through the One Stop Training Center. All you got to do is give me a call. I am working real close with the One Stop Center. I have the forms that you need to fill out. I'll email them to you, help you, if you need help in completing them, and you send them off. The One Stop Center is still closed, but they are working through email and faxing. So we'll send you to we'll give you that procedure so that you can get it in. And actually the turnaround time is pretty good these days with this new process. They schedule you to come in and take a tape test if you don't have a 4-year degree. And they are by appointment only, and everybody's spaced out. So it's working good. But if you're unemployed and you need new you need skills in any area, you got to contact me at 609-484-9356, because here you can, not only can you get access to that free training grant, you can also get the new skills that you need, and you can do it all right from the comfort of your home with an experienced school that's been doing this since 2000. Actually, I started the process in 2014, and our first class was done in 2016. So we've been doing it for a while, online, virtually. So we are experts at it, and you'll be comfortable and satisfied. So give us a call. Anyone you may know that's laid off or unemployed, have them call me, because the training grant is out there for free. And when you're unemployed and you really are not going to work every day, what better way to fill your time up with getting certifications and getting training in the areas that are for jobs that are in demand. And right now, I can't tell you how many jobs that we come across daily that are virtual jobs. So you can apply for a job anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. So your job market is not limited as it was last year to just where you live. You can get these skills and work from anywhere in the country. It's just, it's a no-brainer. I don't understand why the phone's not ringing off the hook. What is wrong, people? Get it together. Get focused. Don't be satisfied.
Never be satisfied, because a lot of people don't know how to turn their passion into profit. That's what I think. Like the more to sum it up. So they come. Well, let me just stay here. You know, I feel good about myself, and I don't want to improve myself. And besides, I'm making a little bit of money. But you ever wonder, can I make some more money? You know what I mean? Can I? Because Trina has always been like the firekeeper of like one is, getting people to think outside the box. She asked a basic question and she expounded upon it. What I mean, for a while. But you got to ask. Let's just ask this. I was asked, basic questions. Are you living life, or are you just living life to pay bills? What are you doing? What are you doing now? You got to ask yourself. Everybody waiting for like the stimulus check and this and that to come by. But that's another story. I was just now thinking about that while I had time to. While I, excuse me.
I told you had that water by your thing. You got it?
Yeah. While I had time to more or less, listen to you, and you gave out some good stuff.
Okay. It's time for you to stop talking anyway. You all up in my time.
No, you passed your time.
No, I'm not past my time. Oh, I am. It's 11:02.
Yeah.
I just want to give this one shout out. Every week we do a information session every Monday. I think I had a scroll up in here. It's every Monday at 10 a.m. We do our information session on how to get the free training grant. So definitely take advantage of it. It's a free training grant. That grant means you don't have to pay it back. So tune in.
That's what it means.
Every Monday
no payback
at 10 a.m. And it is invitation only. So what you have to do is send your email address to Trina Bird at tbirdcenter.com. And if you have any questions, obviously you can call me at 609-484-9356. And what happens is I will send you a link, and you will be able to register for that class clicking on the link, and it will allow you to get all the information you need to know about receiving the free training grant, and we will discuss the training programs that we have. My number 2 programs are RBT, which is Registered Behavior Technician. So those of you who enjoy working with children with autism, this is a great program, because not only do we train you, if you do well, you will have a job by the end of the training. You will get your hands-on training in a job. I'm working closely with a strategic partner who will hire, actually we have 2 of them, who will hire our students right out of training. And the starting salary is anywhere from $17 and up. So if you are, you like working with children with special needs, you got some experience in it, or you just graduated from college, whatever the case may be, you will be able to get this training in 4 weeks, become certified nationwide, and then you're able to land employment with us. So it's first come, first serve. So if 20 people sign up, we don't have 20 positions, but we are continuously working with individuals that will hire our students once they graduate. So your job placement is more likely to be closer than any other school that's doing any other school. We also have our Microsoft Office Professional QuickBooks training. We're training you to be in person and virtual in that role of providing office administrative support to any company in any industry. So I can't tell you. I mean, I'll be till the day I stop breathing, providing information to people to improve their lives. And if you want to take advantage of it, you got to do so, but only you can do it. All I can do is tell you about it, and you have to act on it. So, hey, we're coming up on 11:05, which means we're 5 minutes late. Any closing remarks, Rick?
No. Just wear your mask and wear your gloves. Have a great day.
All right. We will see you next week. Remember, Monday is 10 a.m. invitation only. So you got to send over your email address to get it. It's also a packet that we send with you for you as well that talks about changing your career. And it's a free workshop that we do as well to get you acclimated. So check that out on Monday. And then remember, our Tuesday, Wednesday, we have our Tech Tuesdays with Trina, and Wednesday, our Wednesdays Women webinar, where we're doing our Circle of Success. And Rick is working on his circle of, what is it, Rick?
No, I'm in my own circle. I'm doing my own thing.
You just talked about it.
Circle of concern as opposed to circle
of control.
Of control.
All right. See? Cray. You know, he about to be he about to be 64 tomorrow. So let's say happy birthday to you. I should play that. Don't I have happy birthday on there?
No, just we need to get out of here.
We need to get out of here?
Get some breakfast.
Get some breakfast? Happy birthday, Ricky! Let me turn it up a little bit so everybody can hear.